Hey, good morning. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning. Hello, Plexus New Ambassador Academy. Good morning. How is everybody doing this morning, or this evening, or this afternoon, depending on when you might be listening? If you're watching the replay, just go ahead and hashtag replay. We absolutely love to keep track of how many people are watching this later. Wanted to check in with you guys about just a couple of things, and I'm just trying to move my screens out of the way here so I can see if anybody's posting questions. Today, I want to have the conversation today about your first social media post. And honestly and truly, this is an easy one. It is actually super easy. We tend to overcomplicate it. And so I want to have this conversation with you because, as you know, this is about inspiring people, right? 100%. Sales is a series of inspirational touch points, right? My favorite definition of selling, even though people hate that word, I like it because when you do selling right, you're actually helping people solve their problems. And who doesn't want people around that help them solve their problems? Everybody does. But it's all how you focus, like where your heart is really coming from and what your intention really is. So the best definition I've ever heard of sales is selling is the transference of inspiration. You're transferring what inspired you to make the choices you did to other people that you know and love. So I was inspired to try Plexus, and I just want to help everybody who's ready to take a step on their health journey. I'm willing to inspire people who otherwise might be sleeping, who might be unaware. I'm looking for people who are looking for me, right? I'm looking for people who are looking for solutions. So selling is about inspiring people through a series of touch points. And those touch points in Plexus come from our sharing system. So it comes from our videos, it comes from our stories, it comes from our products, it comes from your 3-day challenges. All of those things, when used correctly, are designed to help you inspire people, the right people, to action. Everybody's not ready, y'all. Everybody's not ready. I want you to think about your first introduction to Plexus. Did it just kind of go right over your head? Most people say, I watched for a really long time. I watched for a really long time. And so I want to set up the proper expectation for you when you make your first post. Your first post is not about selling to people, right? You have to have the right mindset. You have to have the right intention. It is not about selling to people. It is just simply about making an authentic announcement. It is about telling an authentic story. It is about inviting people who right now who might be feeling the same way to take a journey with you. And I want you to think about this. So, social media is an online form of networking, just FYI. So, the best social media folks are either entertaining people or they're adding value to other people's lives. I want you to think about the people you follow. Are you following them because they're trying to sell you something? Probably not. You know where I go when I want to buy something? The store. I'll go to the store. I will turn on like HSN or QVC if I want a constant stream of people trying to sell me things. Are you picking up what I'm laying down here? Right? Most people don't go to social media so that people can try to sell them stuff. And so that means that you have to learn how to act professionally in that space. And it's super simple because you already have all the elements inside you if you would learn to trust your own personality. So your first social media post should be something that sounds like you. It's gotta sound like you. Your friends are used to your voice. They're used to how you say things. They're used to your energy. And any variance from that will set off their I'm being sold to alarms, right? It'll set off their Genevieve is being weird alarms. I don't know why she's being weird, but she's being weird. And so I want you to know your job is to make a social media post that is authentic, meaning that you're not trying to sell, you are trying to share a story. It needs to be authentic. It needs to represent your story, your thoughts, what you think they might be thinking. All of those things should go into your first post. And so I just want to encourage you, if you haven't already, and this is for all of the people in this academy who are brand new ambassadors, or maybe you're restarting your business, you want to make a social media post that just tells people your simple story. Now, a couple of other key things I want to inform you about is one is speak at a very high level. Speak at a high level. But focus in on a particular topic. So what I mean is definitely learn to communicate your message without mentioning diseases or illnesses, because the last thing you want to do is set plexus up with unrealistic expectations. Okay, so that's key. You've got to communicate in a way that people don't have grandiose expectations of the product. Secondly, it's not a prescription medicine. It is not medicine at all. We don't have any product claims that say we cure XYZ here in the United States. Okay. And so I want you to learn how to craft your messages without speaking about known illnesses. And so what I want to encourage you to do is I want you to look for the post here on the page about your first social media post. There are some really great examples in there, and I want to encourage you to go in there, take a little looky-loo. I couldn't resist. I had to add a few myself because I wanted to play. And I just want to encourage you to make your first social media post. After you make your let me say this again. After you make your first social media post, you will likely have people who comment. You will likely have people who want to know what you are doing, right? And this is where people kind of like, oh my gosh, I have some interest. And that is a good thing. That is the whole point, right? I don't want you to lose your mind, and I don't want you to then start throwing up plexus on them, because they don't need to know all the things. At any point that someone says, this is super interesting, what are you doing? Or what is it? I want you to resist the urge to do all of the explaining, and I want you to go into your toolbox and I want you to grab a tool. And there are some really great videos on plexus slim and also microbiome and hunger control. And I will also post those here in the group. So the answer to the question, what is it, is like, oh my gosh, you're gonna love it. It's this pink drink, and I've got this really short 2-minute video about it. Do you have 2 to 3 minutes right now to take a look at it? Right? You could even say it first. Listen, I totally want to share this with you. Do you have 2 to 3 minutes right now to watch a very quick video, right? And then you fire off that video, you let the video do the explaining, and then you follow up. So when they say, yes, I do have 2 to 3 minutes right now, you then say, great, I'm going to send it over right now, and then I'm going to follow up with you and we can have a little chat. Does that make sense? So resist the urge to have the chat on the front end and have the chat afterward. And there's 2 reasons you want to do this. The first is everything you do in your business is an advertisement for how this business works. Everything you do. It either speaks to how somebody could do this business, meaning it attracts people to your business, or you are inadvertently turning people off. You are inadvertently turning people off. What we want is people to see this is really a simple thing to do. Not always easy, but it is a very simple thing to do. And when people are like, oh, she didn't actually explain it to me, she sent me a video, it's telling them like, oh, well, if I were to do this, like she sent a video, I could send a video. Yes, you could send a video. If you start getting all scientific and you start with the scientific dissertation and thesis and science talk and whatever, especially those of you who come from a health background, what you're inadvertently communicating is you have to have a science degree to do plexus, and you don't. And you don't. So this is where you have to exercise some self-control and use the tool to do the explaining instead. So first of all, send the tool so that they see that this is super easy. The second reason you want to share the tool is then you don't have to worry about the conversations moving forward. You don't have to wonder, did I say all the right things? Did I say too much? Did I say too little? The videos are designed to do all of the work for you. So go ahead, make that first post. Let's see how it did. Go over and find the post with all the examples in it because there's some really great examples in there. Do not simply copy and paste. I mean, you could, but if you paste my stuff and it doesn't sound like you, your friends are going to know. They're just going to know. All right, give it a try. That's your next step. Give it a try. All right, thanks everybody.